Hey guys, so as most of you did or did not, well, I watched TLC and I put up predictions earlier and I said that I would talk to you guys tomorrow about like the matches and stuff. Well, I decided that while the matches were going on, I would take notes for the people that didn't watch, and I'm going to say this now. I apologize because the Dean Ambrose match was phenomenal. That I have a lot of notes, so but I promise you'll be worth it. And for those of you who thought about watching it but didn't, definitely go check it out after you watch this video, because I promise you will not be discouraged. Okay, so note number one here. We had the Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper match for the Intercontinental Championship match. And I know I probably said that wrong. I butchered it again. I do it all the time. Forgive me, you know what I'm talking about. The IC title. This match really went back and forth on who was gonna get the title. The way you got the title was you had to climb up the ladder. At one minute it looked like Harper was gonna have it, and then the next minute Ziggler would do something, and then it just went back and forth the entire time. But in the end, Dolph Ziggler ended up winning back his title, and it was amazing to see him do that, especially at home. The next match was the Tag Team Championship match, and it was between the Usos and Miz and Mizdow, which I can't stand the Miz or Mizdow, so I went for the Usos. Whoop, whoop. And in this match, I think it got to the point where Miz thought he was really gonna lose, or actually he just wanted to run like a bitch. And so he gets out and he gets the Slammy Award trophy, and he hits one of the Usos. So the Usos won by disqualification, but Miz is still the tag team champion, because you have to win that by pinfall or submission. Alright, so the next match was Eric Rowan and the Big Show. This match went back and forth a lot, and then towards the end it got down to, okay, Rowan looked like he had it completely, and then the Big Show did. Big Show actually had to use the stairs to pin, meaning that Rowan couldn't kick out, so he pretty much cheated. I mean, he didn't cheat because he used the stairs, but if you think about it, he used the stairs, he put them over Rowan's body. Rowan is a big guy. If you're gonna put something around him, you know, that he can't move in, you're screwed. So that was that match. Okay. The next match was John Cena versus Seth Rollins. I wanted John to win. So at first, you know, they were beating each other up, and not Jeff, ugh, nice. See, TLC, I'm thinking of Jeff Hardy. Yep. Okay. Anyways, John ended up putting Seth through the table, but before he put him through the dang table, the ref got knocked to the floor and knocked out. So then they were fighting on the side of the ropes, on the outside ropes, where there were two tables that Seth Rollins had set up himself for John to go through. They ended up grabbing onto each other, so they were sideways like this, and the refs couldn't figure out which one went first, so they counted it that they both went out together, so that doesn't work. So then they have to restart the match, but then the Big Show comes out and beats up on John Cena, trying to help Seth. But then Roman Reigns comes out. He Superman punches Big Show, and he beats up on Rollins enough so that John can give him the attitude adjustment through the table. Yeah, he did the attitude adjustment. Seth went through the table. John won, which means that John is facing Brock Lesnar again at the Royal Rumble, which is January 25th, and they were talking about Total Divas at this point, or right before this match. It is coming back January 4th, and that is a Sunday, so check that out if you guys want to. The next match was the Divas Championship match. First is Nikki Bella, of course, and AJ Lee. Okay, this match went back and forth. 1 minute you would have thought AJ was going to win, the next minute it was Nikki. It went back and forth. Brie was a huge part in this match. You know, she was cheering on her sister. She was, at one point, she put Nikki's foot on the rope, and the ref said, nope, you gotta go. So the referee kicks her out, and as Brie is distracting the ref, kind of yelling at him, like, come on, ref, this is stupid. You know, and he's pointing, go, girl. Nikki Bella sprayed something in AJ's eyes. And then, of course, she went for the pin and got it. So, Nikki won and got to keep her title. Kane, the next match was Kane and Ryback. And chairs were, like, a huge part in this match. It went every which way. I didn't even this match was just nuts. Like, it was chairs constantly. Like, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill each other. They're gonna beat each other's heads off. But in the end, Ryback ended up beating Kane, which was pretty cool to watch because I wanted Ryback to win. Okay. Next, it was Rusev versus Jack Swagger for the United States Championship. And I really didn't care about this match too much, but I was kind of hoping that, like, Jack would beat Rusev because, you know, somebody needs to. He's been here too long, and I can't stand the chick. So Jack wanted to break Rusev's ankle for him hurting Seth, who they said during the match that he is out for good. It looks like either good for or a long time. Rusev put him in the his submission thing that people normally tap or pass out in. I can't think what it's called. It's the act or something. I don't know. Anyways, Swagger almost passed out, but he managed to get him into the Patriotic Lock, which was not the first time he had done that. You know, he wanted to break his ankle, so he was just going to keep trying. Rusev nearly tapped, but then he got out, and then with the kick to the face, he was put in the hold. Jack Swagger was put back in the hold, where he faded, so Rusev won that. Okay, in the very last match of the night. And if you haven't noticed, some of these matches were long, so they had a lot more. I tried to sum them up the best that I could. So the next match was Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. So, okay, in the beginning, Dean controlled much of Wyatt. They were fighting everywhere. I mean, they ended up by the panel table, but pin had to take place in the ring. So soon they got him back to the ring. This match was a tables, ladders, and chairs. Dean used all of these things to the fullest. I mean, it was crazy. Let's see. Dean ended up getting out a candlestick, and Wyatt just kind of stared at Dean like, come on, hit me with it, come on. As Dean stepped forward, Bray went to get a chair, but it was too late. Dean had already hit him, and it was nuts. Okay, let's see. The next major point that this takes let's see. Okay. Dean jumped from the second rope with a chair in his hands, which the chair ended up colliding with Bray. Right after that, they were on the other side, and Dean was gonna jump off the top rope, but Wyatt ended up getting up and hitting him, so he fell off. Dean looked like he was in a lot of pain the moment that Wyatt took control, but he didn't give out. So he was like literally kicking out. The candlestick that Dean got out, Wyatt ended up sticking it into the rope side, the turnbuckles, and Dean got poked in the eye. And then Dean ended up placing a ladder. Oh no, right after he got poked in the eye, Wyatt placed Dean onto a ladder. He got onto the ropes and jumped on him. So he went through he put pressure on the Dean and on the ladder. Dean had control, and then Wyatt did until Dean could take over again. And I had a few notes for this match. Well, I had one. These men are crazy as hell, but Dean is hot about it. I absolutely love Dean Ambrose. Dean jumped from the top rope, standing on a ladder, landing on Wyatt. Then he ended up jumping with a leg drop over Wyatt's body. And at that moment, Dean was sort of pumped up. Dean went for the Dirty Deeds to pray, countered for Sister Abigail. Then Dean was able to kick Wyatt in the stomach, who then clotheslined Dean, who did it right back, and then Dean got Then he took him up the ramp, and he jumped from a ladder onto a table. Dean did. Dean jumped from the ladder onto a table that had Bray Wyatt. Then he got on an even taller ladder, did it again, hurting himself. Then somehow Dean managed to get up, drag him to the ring so he could pin him, but Dean had some trouble getting into the ring. And then, of course, Wyatt got up and Sister Abigail. Dean got up, and then he went to... so once he tried to Sister Abigail Dean again, Dean reversed it and went with a Dirty Deeds. And then he threw Wyatt into the same ladder in the corner of the ring that he jumped off of. And at one point, he got out of the ring, started looking for stuff, and he ended up pulling out this monitor where he saw himself on the screen. He saw the tallest ladder, and he went for it. And of course, Wyatt, who was knocked out, ended up getting up with he got up with the chair. And he almost was able to hit Dean in the throat like he did again. When did he do that? Monday or Friday? Friday night? I believe it was Monday night. But Dean put his foot on the stairs, so that stopped him. But Dean ended up doing it to him. Then he got him on the Spanish announce table. Then he took the tall ladder, carried it through. He ended up jumping from there. He ended up hitting the side, and Dean ended up hitting the side of the table. But once he got up, he got the monitor from under the ring, and he was pulling on it to get the cord to unsnap. And as he did that, the monitor itself blew sparks into Dean's face, so you couldn't see. So Wyatt was able to Sister Abigail him again for the win. TLC was incredible. Like I said, if you guys didn't watch it, I wanted to give you guys something because I know I said I was going to. So I wanted to. But, this was just insane. It was non-stop action. But from Roman coming back to... it was just nuts. But here's what I can say. This year, TLC was awesome. Even though Dean did not win, I'm still very, very proud of him because he kicked ass up until that monitor went in his face. But, guys, that was TLC. Those are the reviews that I have. Check it out for yourself. I promise you will love it as much as I did. Please excuse the hair. I've been going nuts for the last 2 hours over these matches because I have been waiting to watch Dean Ambrose. I wanted him to win, but he didn't. But you know what? He went out there and he went nuts. The lunatic fringe. Well, let's just say he really was a lunatic tonight. I will see you guys later. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy your rest of your Sunday. I'll see you later.